Hi, I'm Meher and I'm from Artraaga. Today I'm in Art Meets Performance. So it's really beautiful event done by Mr. Anup. So I have come down all the way from South Delhi to Scenic Farm. So what he does that he goes to a house where he install all of the artworks and then performance been done and storytelling also. So every month he goes to different places and do his events like this from afternoon till midnight. So if you are in Delhi or Gurgaon, I think next month he's doing in Gurgaon. So if you are in Gurgaon, Anup is going to do an event like this. So please bring your children, and if you want to donate your books like storybook, you can do that in the event also.
Foafestival. This this is a little unique concept, like which was created out of boredom largely. Like I have been a storyteller for a while. I've been a writer for the last 15 years. But when I got into advertising, I just realized that we are telling stories, but then we always have a propaganda behind it, which is the brief we get from the client. Which was extremely frustrating, though. Like, some of your advertisement comes out, but then people don't end up seeing the propaganda behind it. I wanted to do stories which are just stories. They are not trying to sell anything. They are just some beautiful characters built right in front of you and destroyed right in front of you as well. And that's when we started this concept called Found on All Fours. On all fours is largely a crawling position. Basically, when you are on all fours, you are curious. That's when a child is curious. That's why a child is curious, and as you grow adult, you become less curious because you get onto all two. I wanted this community to turn into something where people come and are largely driven by their passions and not any other motive behind it, and which is what we have become. We have been doing living room sessions for the last 2 years, where we gate crash people's living rooms and perform stories there. This is one of the larger living rooms we have performed at in Scenic Farms in Delhi. And then we want to take this to multiple smaller villages with the same branding of Kahani Ki Dukaan. What we are trying to sell is not just stories but storytellers. We have sold like we have we, there are a lot of artists who are in touch with us. In fact, as you would have seen today, there are at least 50 to 100 storytellers, visual artists, and everybody is connected with us in some way or the other. And we are planning to take some of these to these villages for a story exchange program. We hope to bring some from there to city sessions as well. And yeah, largely it's a very donation-based program with very minimal investment in terms of construction of a shop, which is largely going to be mud houses. So yeah, we are starting with our first project in Beer, and then we are hoping to go to Nainital for second story, Kahani Ki Dukaan. There's a small village called Mehroda near Pangot. In Beer, we are doing our first Kahani Ki Dukaan in a village called Gunehar, which is an art village. It's in the month of May and June, and I hope there are going to be many more Kahani Ki Dukaan in future. Right now, there are 2 in pipeline. Trying to build a bridge between urban stories and rural stories. We call it Kahani Ki Dukaan. Rabindra की contextual modernism सी, Tagorean cultural renaissance सी, और शांति निकेतन क्रॉस कल्चरल इलेक्टिसिज्म सी, अब दाढ़ी बढ़ा ली मैंने.
as a name, very unique. So Al-Qawi, first thing is that I'm going to ask you what's the meaning of Al-Qawi.
It means the strongest.
It means
in Arabic.
Okay, it's Arabic name. It's a beautiful name. So could you share what you have done, your art thing with Artraaga?
So actually what this is about is it was memories of my mother, and I made this painting, and it is related to this skirt that my mother was making. It was made out of nickel lace, and so you can see some of these have eight, the shapes of eight, infinity sign eights. That's what the Yupin lace is made out of. And this whole thing was just my mother passed away last year, and she was making this skirt before she passed away. So the skirt is still incomplete, and so people take pieces of this. It's still a happy memory for me. My mother used to love crochet, and so this happy memory was something I wanted to share with people. And in parts, so that's why it's cut up, because people will only get parts of it or incomplete parts of the Yupin lace infinity or 8, number 8. And just the way I don't have the entire skirt or the entire thing, they would also just have a piece or a fragment of it, and in turn they would return like a happy memory of theirs on the papers provided. So you see the painting, parts of it are going away as people put their own happiness. So it's like sharing happiness just like increases in multiples. That's all that's about. Sharing my happy moment with them, and they were sharing theirs.
So there's interaction between the people and the art. It's like interactive
It's an
section
interactive
happening.
artwork. So it's basically my artwork become their writings or their art becomes a part of my artwork.
I really like your installation and the most beautiful things that connect to your mother. Very emotional work, connected with love from mother. So it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Ms. Al-Qawi, thank you for sharing your experience.
Thank you so much.
This whole event that you have participated.
Yeah, this event was actually very interesting, and this was my first time when I participated in Foafestival. So, and it was really very interesting. And my artworks were in two parts. One was inside displayed, the regular paintings I do, watercolor, and it was also kind of installation which I designed, and with the mirror I call that installation mirror of self-realization. Why self-realization? Because the paintings I chose was from my series which was called Highlightenments. So there are moments in your life when you feel that particular moment taught you something, and some spark happened in your life. You felt light in your life, which taught you. So, and those very particular moments are like the time when you realize yourself. Those were the time when you feel that you have been to yourself and to yourself. So that was called, and it was like you have to sit in front of mirror and then look at yourself, my works, and then write something about what you felt looking at yourself. So what kind of self-realization, what kind of enlightenment happens to you. So that was one part. And then there was one more part which is like embodied art, where I performed, and it was like act was like emerging drawing. And when you're standing behind the canvas and drawing from back, and it was like more of like involved sound and then light. There was shadow act also, and then there was art which I drew, and the drawing was effect was created as if the drawing is emerging itself on the canvas, because I was drawing at the back side and people and the onlookers were standing on the front. They were not able to see me. They were only looking at the drawing which was emerging on the canvas, and it was like a very magical moment happening in front of them. And concept was like creation, how creator created this world, and then how artist creates and becomes part of his own creation. And then it was like life, birth, life and death. And at the end, where I just cut out the canvas from the frame and just tied it over my head and sat in front of onlookers, and it was like that.
What was the message?
Message was like, you are part of creation, and everything what is happening, it's happening within this creation only, creation of God, and everything has to merge back into it. So artists created an artwork and then merged back into that creation. So ultimately we have to find our salvation. The goal is like that. So this is what happened there.
It means that going back to
This is
the real energy from
like,
where we have come.
like the body is consist of Panch Tattva, then merging all the Panch Tattva into their original source of energy. So act was like that only.
So your message was very deep and strong, and thank you for sharing your...
Thank you so much.
Hi, this is Divyanshi Samrao, and today I'm going to tell you how I came into poetry. I was just 13 years old when I first started writing poems, and I'm going to tell you my story through a little excerpt from a poem itself, which I've written. ज़िंदगी के 13 चैप्टर्स ख़त्म हो गए थे तब तक, जाने कितने बाकी थे, और मैं लिखने लगी थी जितना लिख सकती थी, और समेटने लगी थी जितना समेट सकती थी, क्योंकि आवाज़ को गले से जीप तक का रास्ता तय करने में बहुत मुश्किल होती थी, सच कहती हूँ हद से ज़्यादा। शुक्रिया।
So we have Jayesh Joshi, and he has done a lovely work, and Joshi is going to tell more about his work.
So yeah, I'm Jayesh Joshi, like she said. I'm 23 years old. I'm based out of Gurgaon. This is one of the paintings from my 8 painting series called Undecided, which was represented and shared here at the Founder of Foafestival. And it was really cool experience because I got to see my work being perceived and portrayed by people from another line of art altogether, like people doing prose with my work, and that was really cool because I have only looked at my work from my point of view, and it was really cool to see another artist altogether giving like a different point of view.
But your works, it looks more like poetry, and the boy is a very young boy you have portrayed. For me, it's like you and being a Krishna and looking for something in your life.
Yeah, I mean this piece in particular is about when Krishna and Karna meet, and when Karna sort of puts Krishna down in terms of being a god. And I feel like in this portrait I've tried to showcase Krishna in a way where he's lost his godliness, where he feels like less of a god while being a god, and he's almost looking up towards somebody that could be a god for him, and he's holding on to a little flower that is like almost as if that's a metaphor to as if he's been made aware of what mortality is like.
You have been, what you're seeing the society around you, you're portraying that.
Actually, like my mother, she was a little bit like that. But I started pointing it out to her, and she's an educated woman, and she started correcting her biases pretty quickly. So now she's all like, yeah, thank you.
So now, in future, whenever you're new breed of mother who will be passing a good thing, you don't have to be like different boys or girls or equal. You don't have to get married early age. Even I say this to my daughter, after 35 you should get married. It's more important, travel the world and see, work, at least live for yourself. That's more important. What you are doing and what you have discovered yourself, it is more important. I see and like people and really love the work, and it's beautiful, and it's like
very required. Because as Anup would tell you that he like art is left untouched, it's considered pristine, but it barely ever comes from a place like that. It comes from all the dirt and the filth that someone has in their mind, or maybe the little bends and the curves. So it should be treated like that. It should be used not just for not just as, although it is literally a fine art piece, but it should have that closeness, raw interaction.
Yeah, we're going to Galino.
Yeah, exactly. This just brought it alive. I felt like what they did with my set, I just felt like, oh, I never thought that my art would really bring out that. So this was different. I love it.
Even I love you. Woman power wins. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best for your future ventures. Hi, we have Rajiv, and Rajiv is going to tell us more about FOAF. What's the meaning of FOAF? Because people will be very curious to know about it.
So FOAF stands for Found on All Fours.
Okay.
It's a storytelling group of buskers. So they are not just storytellers. So it's a group of people who actually perform with different artists. So like there's music also, there's sound also, there's art also, and then there's a vocal story. So it's a group of buskers actually who travel to different places, and yeah, that's what folks
And
stand
you
for.
keep performing
Yeah, so I'm part of
different
yeah,
place to place.
yeah. I'm part of Forbes, and I perform at different places along with Forbes. I do it individually also.
Okay, so you have written this Kahani.
Card.
Kahani card.
Yes. Please like and subscribe Artraaga. There's an amazing group of people who capture stories and interviews and other things. So you'll enjoy it. So please subscribe and do like over.
Artraaga, like and subscribe.
Guys, please make sure that you like and subscribe to Artraaga. Your support is always great.
Like and subscribe Artraaga.
Like and subscribe Artraaga.
Like and subscribe Artraaga.